Hello, my name's John Ovalman, and thank you for sharing a few minutes of your time with me today. In the movie The Godfather, Don Corleone stated, "Someday, and that day may never come, I will call upon you to do a service for me, but until that day, accept this justice as a gift." End quote. My wife's 100% Italian godfather, who described his profession as being a headhunter, invited us to his beach house for a weekend in August of 2017. This weekend at his beach house was a gift to us. He did not ask anything from us in return for this gift, but at the end of the weekend, he did offer me an invitation. He invited me to go with him on a Catholic weekend retreat at the Malvern Retreat House in Malvern, Pennsylvania, in January. I was hesitant to accept his gift since I was not sure what would take place during this retreat. But when your wife's 100% Italian headhunter godfather provides you a gift and then calls upon you to do a service for him in return, it's best to say yes, just in case. When I was on retreat at Malvern Retreat House, I did a few things that I either had not done for a long time or had never done before. On Saturday morning during the retreat, I went to confession for the first time in over 20 long years. Later in the day, I went to a non-mandatory Mass for the first time in over 15 years, and then after that I went to what we're doing here today, at Adoration for the first time in my life. Although I was not consciously making these good decisions in my life on my own, Jesus was at work in my life over the course of this weekend. Jesus was, as he does for all of us, providing me gifts that I could never earn on my own because of his endless love for us. Gifts that Jesus earned for us by dying on the cross. Prior to that retreat, I thought to myself that I did not need to participate in the sacrament of confession, barely needed to go to church, and had never even heard of the word adoration. If someone had asked me at the time, I would have thought that I was a good Catholic and had little room for improvement. Satan, the master of deception, had me exactly where he wanted me. The master of deception was carefully hiding in the shadow of my conscience and dictating many of my daily actions without me being consciously aware. I had given him the power to do this by making choices to reject God's grace. The master of deception was telling me I was a peaceful person with no anger issues. The reality was that I was an angry person at times and was in need of God's love and healing. Exactly what Satan did not want me to think. But Jesus was fighting for me. After participating in the sacrament of confession and receiving the Eucharist at Mass properly prepared and in a state of grace, I had been provided a power to combat Satan in a way that I could have never achieved on my own. I had been provided God's grace, and with that, as I stepped into the Adoration Chapel to pray on my knees in front of the Eucharist, Jesus showed me what Satan did not want me to see. In the silence of Eucharistic adoration, he showed me my anger, and then fully reliant on God's grace, he transformed that anger into love and provided me what I could not do on my own. Jesus provided me the strength to share that love with others. Jesus was with me in the Adoration Chapel that day as the bread of life healing me, and Jesus is with us here tonight. Jesus feeds us with himself, transforms us from within, and makes us into himself. After my retreat at the Malvern Retreat House, I did not participate in Eucharistic adoration again until the next year's retreat, since I thought that was something that folks only did while on retreat. Eventually, 3 years later, in 2020, I found out that many local Catholic churches in the area, such as St. Francis de Sales, offered adoration each month. I was very excited to have the opportunity to go to Eucharistic adoration outside of a retreat setting and on a more regular basis. Since then, I have learned that I need to take my anger to Jesus in prayer and adoration each week. Eventually, I noticed other young Catholics my children's age were also attending Eucharistic adoration at times, so I asked my son, who was 9 years old at the time, and my daughter, who was 12, to join me as well. Over time, my children's Catholic friends also started occasionally joining us at Eucharistic adoration, and now 3 years later, my daughter, who is a peer leader at her youth group, leads and participates in adoration with her youth group with her friends on a regular basis. Our Catholic faith provides us with many incredible blessings in our lives, and Eucharistic adoration has become a great joy in the life of my family and I. Eucharistic adoration started for me with an invitation from my godfather to attend a retreat at the Malvern Retreat House. Today I'm inviting all of you to continue to join us at Eucharistic Adoration and Benediction here at St. Francis Sales at 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. on the first Friday of each month. I pray and I hope that as you join us at Adoration, that Jesus might share, that you might share in this great joy as well, the joy that only Jesus can provide. For those interested, I'll have free copies of Bishop Barron's book, This Is My Body, A Call to Eucharistic Revival, to hand out after Adoration today in the back of the church. I hope and pray that this book might help those that read it understand the sacrament of Jesus' body and blood more thoroughly, so that you might fall in love with the Lord more completely. Thank you for your time today.